back to our channel. Today we're back with another cooking video. As you can see, today I am going to attempt to make a cupcake, and this one's called Neopolitan cupcake. Yeah, it sounds very complicated, so I thought, hey, why not give it a try, right? So this one has 3 different parts, okay? So it has a base, a cake part, and then the frosting. All right, so we're gonna start with our chocolate base. So for the chocolate base, we're gonna be using cookies. So the cookie that I used is this one. So this is the Velveeta brand. You can also use bourbon cookies, and that might be a more chocolatey because it also has chocolate cream in it, but I didn't have any, so I'm using these. So basically I took 200 grams of cookies and put it in a food processor, and I mixed it and made it into chocolate powder basically. So I think you could use chocolate powder, but since this is the first time I'm making this recipe, I didn't want to do anything that's different from the actual recipe, so I actually bought these chocolate cookies and then I made it into a powder. Okay, so into this we're going to be adding 50 grams of melted butter, and then also 1 tablespoon of golden syrup or sweetener, and we're gonna mix it until it's thoroughly mixed. So keep mixing it until the whole powder is mixed properly with the butter and the sweetener we just added. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon to each cup. Now, since we want the base to be really stiff, I'm gonna take something that fits inside this cup and really press it down so it will stay down there like a crust. It's a lot like a pie crust. So we're done with part 1 of our 3-part recipe of this cupcake. So now we're gonna go into the next part, which is the main part, I guess. So we're gonna make the cake batter, okay? So for that we need 125 grams of self-rising flour. I'm gonna put it through the sieve. And then 125 grams of white sugar, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. Sieve that through this. We're gonna add our wet ingredients. So this is 125 grams of unsalted butter. Okay. And then we're gonna add 2 large eggs into the mixture as well. So now we're gonna mix this cake batter for about 60 seconds on medium speed, okay? Okay, so this has been mixing for about a minute, and now we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence to it, okay? And also we're gonna pour 1.5 tablespoons of organic milk. Okay, so after we pour the vanilla essence and the milk, we're gonna turn the mixture on for another 30 seconds on medium speed. Okay, so now we have our cupcake batter ready here, and now we're gonna transfer it into our cupcake liners. So since we already have this cookie base in here, we don't have to put too much of the batter. So about 1 tablespoon of batter in each cup will be good enough. So now we're gonna bake these guys in the oven for 20 to 22 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degrees Fahrenheit. All right guys, so we have finally reached the last part of our cupcake. So our cupcakes have baked, and now we're gonna make the icing or the frosting. So here I have 200 grams of unsalted softened butter. And we're gonna beat this for about 5 minutes. That's right, about 5 minutes on medium speed. Okay, so the butter has been beaten for about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna add 3.5 cups of icing sugar. And we're gonna add that in half. How much? And then beat it again. Beat this for about 3 minutes and then we'll add the rest of the sugar. Our icing is ready. I've added the rest of the sugar in as well, and I've beaten it for another 3 minutes. So the icing looks real good. And now we're gonna add the secret ingredient, I guess. So here I'm using the strawberry jam. You have to use jam because that has the fruit content in it. So I'm using Welch's strawberry spread. You could also use strawberry preserve. I'm gonna add about 6 tablespoons of strawberry jam. And if it's really thick at the end, I'll add a little bit of milk into it to make it a little bit more loose, okay? Okay, so here we have our cupcakes. We're gonna go ahead and put the frosting on it. So we have our cupcakes almost ready. Now we are going to decorate them with some goodies here. So I have vanilla wafers here and also some candy coated with chocolate and also sugar, okay? So I'm gonna put these vanilla wafers on the side. Finished product. So this is my attempt on making Neapolitan cupcakes. So basically this is 3 levels. So here below we have the cookie base, and then we have the cake and the frosting, and then the decoration on top. Now I'm gonna have my husband come and try this and see how he likes it.
Wow, this looks so good.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, let me try one for the audience. This is one of the best icing I ever had.
Icing, okay. What about the cake?
I can really feel that chocolate taste. It's so good. It is really good. I'm enjoying it actually.
Is it good?
So yummy.
Yay!
Good job.